So, what is male fragility in tech and how might it impact your investor returns? My name is Ravi Verma. I am the founder and CEO of orgwhisperers.com. And today I want to talk about a delicate and potentially triggering topic, male fragility in tech. This video is primarily for fellow males like me who are in tech companies, especially males in positions of privilege and power. Uh, and it's possible my message could be triggering, so please do what feels right for you. So if at any point in this message as you're listening, it brings up feelings that are uncomfortable and it feels right to just stop the video, please do that. I realized something about myself which I've kind of suspected for a while, but I was too scared to explore. I'm a very fragile male. I noticed it in very trivial context. So let's imagine I'm on LinkedIn. I see a post. Maybe it's a post like Agile is dead, something about, let's say, story points, safe, Scrum is dead. And I notice a whole bunch of emotions coming up, and I can feel them right now. I feel a tingling, just a sensation that I'm not safe. And my typical response used to be to cope with my discomfort by lashing out at the person who I feel triggered it. And so my typical response would be to post maybe not so kind message on LinkedIn. And then when I do that, it's almost like an unhealthy self-soothing technique because now I lash out. I'm like, I'm the warrior. Someone threatened me and I vanquished them. But then I started feeling suspicious uh, about what's going on because it didn't feel right. To not respond didn't feel right, and to respond in that way didn't feel right either. So I started wondering what's going on. And I heard somewhere that one possible way to navigate situations like this is to be curious and not furious. So I disengaged the curiosity gear and I engaged the curiosity gear and I tried to find out what's going on. And I discovered that there are certain areas or topics which are very dear to my heart. These are tender areas of my life. And then when I feel that someone is hurting or damaging them, very often the only response that I have in my toolkit of responses, and it's more a reaction, it's not a response, it's an automatic reaction, which is to get upset. And when I get upset at being threatened, I just lash out. As I noticed other males in the tech space, people who work for me in my company, and my clients and people who I encounter in my client organizations, I started noticing a similar pattern in other males in the tech industry. And I also noticed how people who are not male have to carefully calibrate and tiptoe around male fragility, especially when they are offering a different perspective to the one that is being offered by the male who has privilege and power. Why should you care about any of this? In case you care about investor returns, here is one possible reason why you might care. When you have fragile males in power in tech and their ecosystem is tiptoeing around them and trying not to set them off, what happens is the quality of information that emerges gets degraded. And if you've been in the tech industry long enough, you probably know by now that the tech industry is very volatile, it keeps changing. And the name of the game is high quality decision making in the face of uncontrollable and unpredictable markets. But decision making is a garbage in, garbage out game. And if the information that is entering the decision making system is garbage, because people are scared about triggering your male fragility, then the decisions that will be available will also be garbage and your results will be garbage. So I'm going to leave you with some inquiries. If you're a male in tech, what is male fragility? how might it show up in your life, and how might it impact you getting more of what you want and less of what you don't want? And if none of this makes sense, but you're still curious, talk to someone you love and respect in your life who's not a male. Let me know how this lands, what you discover. Until our next conversation, thank you. Bye bye.